Welcome back to another episode in the series where I open this book that contains every single country in the world, and whatever country lands on is the country that we plan a trip to. So let's see where we're headed today. The country we're headed to today is Indonesia. Indonesia is a series of islands located in Southeast Asia. It's known for its rich culture, beautiful beaches, unbelievable food, and luxurious villas. Since Indonesia is a big country, we're going to be focusing our trip on Bali. There are going to be 4 parts to our trip. Our first part is going to start off in Ubud, then we're going to head over to Gili Trawangan, then we're going to head over to Nusa Lembongan, and finally we're going to end our trip at Uluwatu. In Ubud, we're going to stick to drivers to drive us around. In Gili T, we're not going to need any sort of vehicle as the island's pretty small. In Nusa Lembongan and Uluwatu, we're going to rent scooters from our housing. On our first day, we're going to arrive at the airport, and our Airbnb host will be ready to pick us up at the airport and drive us to the Airbnb. Our Airbnb in Ubud is going to be a beautiful river villa. We're going to have a personal chef cook us breakfast every single morning. It'll cost $210 per person for 4 nights. On our second day, we're going to head over to Luwak Coffee to get to taste all the different kinds of coffee that Bali has to offer. Once we're fully caffeinated, we're going to head over to ATV Bali to go on an ATV excursion. This excursion is going to cost us $50 per person. On day 3, you're going to have an early morning and wake up at 2 a.m. to head over to the Mount Batur sunrise hike. We're going to be able to see the sunrise on Mount Batur, which is a volcano in Bali. This excursion is going to cost $40 per person. Once we get back, we're going to relax the rest of the day and head over to the Balinese spa. This is going to cost $50 per person. On day 4, we're going to head over to the sacred monkey forest where we'll get to see a ton of monkeys. You'll also be able to take the famous Monkey Bali selfie picture here. This is going to cost us $2 per person to enter. Next up, we're going to head over to Tagalang Rice Terrace. This is going to cost around $2 per person. To end our day, we're going to head over to Porta Tirta and Pool, which is a water temple located in Ubud. The temple costs $5 to enter per person. For our 5th day, we're going to have our driver drop us off at the port, where we'll catch a water taxi to Gili Trawangan. Once we arrive at Gili Trawangan, we're going to head over to our Airbnb. Our villa in Gili T is going to cost $151 for 3 nights. It's going to have 3 beds and another beautiful pool in our villa. On day 6, we're going to head over to Turtle Point, where we can do some snorkeling from the beach. It'll cost around $5 per person to rent snorkel gear. To end the day, we're going to go on a Discover Scuba Dive with Trawangan Dive. This is going to cost roughly $70 per person. On day 7, we're going to head on an official snorkel trip with Trawangan Snorkeling. This is going to cost roughly $12 per person, and we'll be able to see many different reefs and an underwater sculpture. On day 8, we're not really going to have anything planned. We're just going to explore the island and head on a little bar crawl as there's a ton of different bars around the island. Day 9 is going to be another travel day where we'll head back to the port to catch a water taxi to Nusa Lembongan. Our Airbnb is going to have 4 beds and it's going to cost $73 for 3 nights. It's going to have another magnificent pool as well as breathtaking views right from the living room. On day 10, we're going to go on a manta ray snorkeling tour. This tour is going to cost roughly $22 per person. On day 11, we're going to spend the day exploring the island and riding our scooters around. We're going to head over to Chenigan Island, which is right next to Nusa Lembongan, for us to go cliff jumping. Day 12 is another travel day where we'll be heading back to the port to catch a water taxi to Uluwatu, where we'll be staying in our final Airbnb. The Airbnb is going to have 3 beds and it's going to cost $109 per person for 4 nights. This Airbnb has a beautiful living room, a front yard, and another magnificent pool. On day 13, we're going to head over to Padang Padang Beach to go surfing with Bali Surfing Camp. This is going to cost us roughly $25 per person. For day 14, we're going to head over to Savaya Beach Club, which is one of the most insane clubs in the entire world. It's going to cost us around $30 to enter. For day 15, we're not really going to have anything planned. We're just going to drive our scooters around, hang out at the different restaurants, and see all the beaches that Uluwatu has to offer. On day 16, we'll have our driver drop us off at the airport and we'll be heading out of Bali. If we budget $80 per person for scooter rentals, as well as $100 per person for the drivers, and $600 for food, we'll come to a total cost of $3,000 for a 16-day trip to Bali, Indonesia. So thanks for planning another trip with me that I can't attend. Drop a follow for more, and I'll see you on the next episode.